Well, obviously in this section we're going to talk about controls. Yay, this is my favorite part because this is probably where I'm going to probably tear it the most apart. I personally, they changed the homing attack. Why? I've played so many Sonic games and they've changed it from AA to AX. I mean, it's not that slight of a difference, but when I first played this, it took me a good half hour just to get used to that.
Yeah, for me, it took a little bit too, but I don't have too much gripe about it because it works a little bit. The only problem I have with that homing attack is sometimes you end up doing the air boost instead and get you killed.
Exactly, and I mean, I've gone in here, we're going back to the adventure stage. When you're supposed to jump from one platform to the next, and there's an enemy you have to home attack, all of a sudden I'll push the joystick forward towards the enemy, and he'll zoom past him. Again,
with the
precise
air
controls. Precise controls this game has, and really, with how fast you go, and with all the stuff that's in it, I think they could have been a little more loose with the controls. Obviously, the jumping. When you're going really fast in the daytime levels, the jumping it's too precise. I mean, you literally have to you want to do a short jump, you gotta just tap it really fast, and then you do a little short jump. Half the time in other games, you just basically have to hold it for a short time in order, so.
Yeah, that's one of my only gripes with Sonic's actual homing attack and stuff, but now I'm going to talk about the controls of the speed, like the daytime stages.
Okay.
For the most part, they're pretty good, but sometimes if you need to stop, you're going to be sliding quite a few meters before you actually can walk back to where you want to go. Like some of the daytime stages, you have to stop and look around for some coins and stuff, but it's optional. But at the same time, it's not because later in the game you just need those coins to get through levels.
Yeah,
kind of like stars in Mario, but
exactly. I'll talk about the nighttime now. I love the nighttime controls, other than the little precise grabbing, that's about it. That's all I have against the night. The combos are so fun. I mean, you can get so many of them. And
I mean, you could grab a little enemy and another little enemy, clap them together, throw them in the air, jump up, slam down on them, and just spin around in circles, smashing the other enemies. I mean, it's just endless possibilities.
And even though you get maybe 100 combos, maybe, I don't know exactly how many combos you have. I'm just giving
There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit.
You will hit these combos without even thinking about them. You just be mashing the X and the Y button.
Different combinations of both, and sometimes you'll get one that you've never seen before.
Exactly. Be like, oh, cool, how did I do that? And you're going to try and replicate again, and maybe you will, maybe you won't. All depends on how you're playing. So, yeah, I mean, everything else, I'd have to give the controls probably for me a 7 out of 10.
Wait, we're not done yet. We got to talk about the hub world controls a little bit.
The hub world controls, they're just the same as the daytime, basically. And
No. The town stages, there's like no control to it. I mean, you walk around, you can jump, and that's it.
Yeah.
Can't do any of your moves, and it reduces Sonic's moves by quite a bit.
That I will agree with you. I never realized that until I just thought about it. Yeah, you lose a lot of controls. The only thing you get as Sonic itself is you get jump and homing attack.
Yeah, but I guess I know why they removed it. I mean, there's no need to be dashing through the town stages because they're really dinky. They're not, like, massive. So.
And half of them have really sharp turns. And if you're going 100 miles an hour, you tell me you can turn a 90-degree turn on a dime, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, and, I mean, they reduced Sonic's speed to it, like a jog in the town stages.
Which is smart. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I see why.
I don't want to be going 100 miles an hour again on a 90-degree turn, so...
Now, one more thing I want to talk about the daytime controls is the drift. Have you tried the drift at all?
The drift. You're talking about where...
The right
I noticed
trigger,
it in the ice stages where all of a sudden you'll be turning sharp and it's really hard to turn sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to slow yourself down, and I don't like that.
Well, once you master the drift like I have, like using the R trigger, it becomes a lot easier, and the drift actually can speed you up, believe it or not. So if you can hold the drift and actually speed along faster than you could running usually. So I don't know if that's a glitch or if it's intentional, but I like using that sometimes. So yeah.
I've just noticed that that's the only another thing I have a problem with daytime levels is all of a sudden you'll be running, and all of a sudden there's this turn that maybe goes, I don't know, I'm going to throw a number out there, 120-degree turn. And all of a sudden you start to turn, and you're going up against the outside wall because you're not turning sharp enough.
Hey, it's nowhere near as bad as the Wii version. I'm sorry, but the daytime stage isn't that blow, but that's a whole different other story. Alright, let's give a score.
Okay. like I said before, I'm gonna give this thing probably a 7 out of 10. That's just a personal preference, because they need to work on it, but they set up a good foundation. They're pretty. It's good if they want to. I definitely recommend them using this engine again. Just fine tune the controls better. That's all I'm asking them to do, is just make it so it's a little easier and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 as well. The controls are really nice for a Sonic game, but there's just some things that could have been handled a little bit better. A few gripes here and there, but otherwise they're pretty fluent. Once you get used to it, you'll be having a blast, having usually almost to no problem. So
cool. All right, so next part is gonna be graphics, one of my favorite subjects. So
woo!
Yeah. All right. See you in a second. Okay, now's my favorite time. Graphics! Why is graphics my favorite time? Because a lot of people call me a hypocrite. Because graphics to me doesn't matter.
And they really don't, really.
But I own a PS3! So, I guess that's why I'm hypocritical, people say. So, to each his own, I say. But anyways, the graphics in this game are basically beautiful. They're the best out of any
Oh my god, they're
seen.
gorgeous! What are you talking about? They're beautiful. The shine on Sonic's shoes, the reflections from the water.
It's pretty amazing. I love
It's a
the
Sonic game. It doesn't need these good graphics, but Sega throws them in anyway, and they look amazing.
Yeah, the graphics.
And don't even get me started on the opening cutscene.
He loves his opening cutscene.
Oh my god, I'm like pissing in my pants watching that. It's like friggin' Star Wars with hedgehogs, man. It's like, ugh, it's epic.
Okay. Anyways, I do like what they did, though, is they made the entire environment around Sonic almost, I don't know, you could say it's more realistic than anything around. Like, the towns actually look like towns you're blazing through, but they kept all the characters cartoony. I like that. That's what Sonic is. It's not real, it's cartoony.
They look like Pixar characters from Ratatouille.
Yes, that's exactly. They look a lot like Pixar. There we go. We've hit it. We've hit a draw line there. So
now, what amazes me so much is the graphics are so good. Sega made them so good, and yet you blaze past them in 2 seconds. I mean, why would they go through all that trouble for such good graphics when you run past them in like 5 seconds?
The only ones that they really should have spent time on, probably the most they probably did spend time on, is the nighttime levels. Even though you're not blazing through them, you're still going pretty fast through them. I mean, it takes what, an average of 10 minutes to finish one?
Yeah,
10,
well,
15?
it depends on how well you can actually handle the werehog.
Yeah.
But yeah, roughly 10 minutes per level.
Yeah. So they're amazing graphics for a Sonic game. They're really good. So.
Really good. They're freaking.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll give a score. I'm gonna say I'd probably give this game a good 8 out of 10, 8.5. Oh no, I'll go 8.5 out of 10 for graphics wise.
I'm going 9.5, dude. I love the graphics. They've never been so good in a Sonic game.
I know,
never.
But I've seen better graphics, like I said. I don't know PS3.
Yeah, but I've seen better graphics too. But this is a Sonic game.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, we're getting off this. We're not debating. All right. See you guys next time on next part. I gotta keep saying next part.
On
sound.
Sound. Yes.
Yay! Some beautiful music. Yay!
And sound effects.